We have this one diagram here, and as you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sides. So this polygon has 5 sides. It means that it is a pentagon. It is a pentagon. But what I have drawn here is actually a regular pentagon. What I have drawn here is a regular pentagon. What's a regular pentagon? Well, a regular pentagon is a pentagon in which all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. This is the basic definition of a regular pentagon. Well, angles these angles are not a point of interest, but these sides are. And why? Because now, using variables, we are going to form or find a rule that can tell the perimeter, that can express or that can describe the perimeter of a regular pentagon. So what we did in our previous videos, for a square, for a rectangle, for an equilateral triangle and all, in this case we have to find a rule for this regular pentagon, and you have to describe and express using that rule the perimeter. So if I suppose that, let's suppose that each side of this pentagon is of length L. You can take length L, or even you can take, let's take A. So if this one side is A, then all the sides are A, right? Now if I have to calculate perimeter of a regular pentagon, we know that the perimeter will be what? From here, if I start from here, this point, then A plus A plus A, then this A, and then this A. So 5 A's, and this will be 5A. If I denote the perimeter of this regular pentagon by P, then P is equal to 5A will be the rule that we can form, that we will form to express or describe the perimeter of a regular pentagon. Again, it's not fixed that you will only use P, and it's not fixed that you can only use A. You can use X here, you can use L here, it doesn't matter. But you know what you will find in your books when you will move to higher standards, mostly they will take A, like they will use this variable only A. But even you can use X here, you can use Y here, that's not important. And since we have described this rule, so it's important to mention that what does P represent? So you'll have to tell P represents the perimeter of this regular pentagon. Then what does A represents? A represents the length of, you'll have to write length of the sides, of a regular pentagon. Okay. Now, this is a regular hexagon. Since it has 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and what I have drawn here is a regular hexagon. And that means all the angles will be equal, but angles are not a point of interest, but the sides are which will be equal. And now you have to tell the perimeter. So if I assume that each side of the length of each side is A, then this will also be A, this will also be A, this will also be A, and this A. So if I write perimeter of a regular hexagon, then this will be equal to this. How many a's we have? We have 6 a's, right? A plus A plus A plus A plus A and plus A. So this will be 6A, and if we denote the perimeter of a regular hexagon by P, that's a small p, small letter p, then this will be equal to 6A. This will be our rule to tell the perimeter of this regular hexagon. And then you'll have to mention that where P represents what? You'll have to tell that P represents the perimeter of a regular hexagon. A represents what? A represents the length of each side of any regular hexagon. Since this is a general rule, it can be used for any regular hexagon, because your teacher or you'll have to use the formula, and it will be like you have to tell the perimeter of a regular hexagon. It will be as what is the perimeter, what is the formula for perimeter of a regular hexagon, or what is the formula for a rule for to tell the perimeter of a regular hexagon. Then you will simply say that it is P is equal to 6A. And then your teacher will ask what's P. You will say, hey, P denotes the perimeter. Then what's A? A denotes the length of each side of any given regular hexagon, right? So we saw here for a regular pentagon, we saw here for regular hexagon. What if I have not drawn the diagram, but if someone asks you that what would be by going what you have done here, what for regular heptagon, Now pentagon has 5 sides, hexagon has 6 sides, heptagon will have 7 sides. So if I represent here regular pentagon, n is equal to 5. What is n? N means that number of sides, right? If someone asks you that how you will describe a regular pentagon, you will say that regular pentagon has n sides and n is equal to 5, and all the angles are equal and all the sides are equal. So similarly in this case, regular hexagon, the number of sides, if I represent the number of sides by n, small n, then n will be 6. In this case, if I'm talking about a regular heptagon, in that case number of sides will be n is equal to 7. Now if n is equal to 7, then you can clearly see that n is equal to 5, then this is 5A. n is equal to 6, that is regular hexagon, then it is 6A. A regular heptagon, n is equal to 7, it means that the perimeter will be P is equal to 7A, right? And if it is regular, Control C and Control V, if it is regular octagon, that is having n is equal to 8, that is total number of 8 sides, then you will say that hey, P is equal to 8A, right? So can you see the relation? Number of sides, just write it here and then multiply with the length of each side. Number of sides, then multiply with the length of each side of a given regular polygon. Okay, so this is about finding a rule or to describe the perimeter of a given regular polygon in terms of variables, and these are the generalized rules for regular polygons.